Welcome to PageBlast, the show that invites its audience and the fickle whims of fate to participate in the creative process. Each week your hosts, Yog and D-Man, armed only with their wits, your suggestions, and the roll of the dice, will endeavour to complete for you a roughly hewn graphic narrative that is not just any random comic in PageBlast. D-Man!
Yog!
Can we hear you?
I hope so. I'll find out in a moment. Just waiting for it to catch up. I believe it'll be okay now.
Okay. Well, everybody, welcome to PageBlast, and we attempt to make a graphic narrative using random choices. So, first of all, we're going to choose our weapon. So
yes, which will be either.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how about we start it like we just did previously? Let's go for that location again first.
Okie dokie.
And then we'll do a couple of characters, and then we'll do genre again.
Okay, so we've got our dice. Let's roll something, give us something good.
Okay, 16. Post-apocalypse.
Oh,
okay.
A friendly...
We'll take that.
Yeah, friendly neighborhood post-apocalypse. And then we're going to go for a character straight away. Why not?
Yep.
Let's have a look. What are we going to roll as something good now? Don't be a parrot.
15.
Oh.
It's a parrot.
You would not... It's a parrot. Well, okay. Shall we go for another character as well? Okay,
yep.
I'm going to do it. Another character. What do we got?
A chicken and a parrot.
this
in the post-apocalypse. Okay.
Didn't we have two birds last week? We did.
We had a raptor and we had
bird.
some kind of bird. Yeah.
See, this is why we've got to change the lists each.
Well, I thought I did. I swapped out the raptor for the parrot, and I can't believe you rolled the same number again. But
we did two birds. Okay, this is a thing. This is what's happening. That's
the dice. Yep, you got to follow him, man. Okay, chicken and parrot in post-apocalypse
and genre
environment, but what kind of genre have they?
Yeah.
Ended up in.
Oh, that was a bit.
Oh, we need a D10. Sorry.
Oh, D10. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is it? 5. Romance.
Romance. All right. It's on.
Okay.
It's on.
Well,
the chicken
I
and
can
the parrot.
see this happening. This is starting to look more realistic now.
Well, what do chickens and parrots? Do they get along in real life?
Well,
do they hate each other?
Well,
is there a territorial thing?
There's competition. I do see where I am. I've got chickens right out the window and parrots right out the window. And rarely do the parrots go in to where the chickens are, because there's a competition for the kernels. You know? Yeah, kernels. That's drawn quite a silence from you, hasn't it? The word.
Oh well.
Okay, so there's stuff. So what do we got? Start, middle, and end. Let's have a look.
Okay, page 1's going to be joy. They're happy. Happy in the post-apocalypse.
Happy. Well, here we go. They've the meek may inherit the earth.
Yeah.
Well, that's not. That's I quoted something that I didn't really think of the context of where that actually is from when I quoted it, but yeah, that's just one of those idioms, isn't it?
Hmm.
Here we go. Let's go a frame. It's lining up with my page. It's like it. Here we go.
And it's not. We don't necessarily always have to start the main establishing frame in the top half of the screen like we have for the past couple of episodes. I mean, we could take, any side of the page, can't we?
Yeah, we can do that. I mean, the last time did we not?
I think we started from the top, or did we do it last time?
No,
we did.
We had a different. It was the first third was down, and then we had and then we had 2 at the bottom. So a little bento box of joy. All right, joy. So we have joyous chicken, and it's a time for a bit of a think now. Let's have a bit of a think about that. While I think of these, we've got basically a blissful sort of situation, don't we, with chicken? They're kind of just triangles, really, chickens, aren't they? Our computer's working so hard that I've got a delay on my pen. And a parrot. Turn up my volume. Is that you?
That's me. Telling you to turn your voice up.
My voice. Me.
Yeah.
My
You.
voice. Right. Okay. Okay, so the parrot is perched. See, parrots don't very much like to walk on the ground, but so parrots. We were talking about parrots last week, right? And
Yeah.
now we've got parrots.
Yeah.
So
Interesting different shapes for the heads though, right? When you draw parrots and chickens.
oh yeah, one's got a long legs and one's have short legs. So normally they're going to talk to each other, you know, and it's a romance, right?
Yeah. Page 1 is joyous. It's going to deal with the theme of joy.
I think we might have to just go straight off for the post-apocalypse and actually explain that first.
Okay.
I'm just going to have a look at something here. What is that? Those things chewing up stuff.
Yeah, the less resources, the better.
Yeah.
Just trying to think of this post-apocalypse. It's well, you know, if it were humans, I suppose we could emphasize with cityscapes and things like that. But because they're two birds,
Yeah.
or a chicken and a parrot,
it's pretty cool actually, because let's have a chicken coop, right?
Yeah.
And they normally have a little. I'll just make it kind of ramshackled and do a little ramp down here.
Little ramp, yeah. Look, these are our hero characters. I mean, this won't mean that we can't put humans in to, you know, have the B story type characters pop up at some point if we have to. But the main characters we've got to focus on, obviously, in this situation is the parrot and the chicken.
Mm-hmm.
So,
for sure. I mean, this could end. It could.
This is
so
a joyous
sad.
page, but it could
go
we don't know
so
what's going to happen.
I mean, it's perfect room for it to go horribly wrong. You know, I mean,
I'm just going to look at this table and see how terrible it can actually get.
We could end up with a chicken dinner, or I'm thinking even
a parrot dinner.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, do we still want to keep that rule we talked about before, where the start, the middle, and the end will not always be the same thing?
Oh, well, they have to be different.
Like in the middle, we can't have joyous in the middle. Well, we can't have joyous at the end. But it's got to be something else.
We could have joyous at the end, but certainly
I guess because it's the arc, yeah.
Yeah.
But if we could still bring that in somehow, if we but even with a different value from the table. So, for example, if we rolled fear for the last page, we could still have a joyous moment within the fear. Yes. Just have to figure out how to do it if we must.
We'll just show people what we're talking about here. So fear, we've got all these different categories here. We've got misery and all this stuff. And this indicates how our story is going to develop. Like this is not a how to make a story. We're fighting against the odds here and just, dealing with the random.
That's right.
Something is significantly hurting my performance here, and it doesn't normally do this, does it? We're normally quite in
Is the brush playing up a bit?
Yes. I'm seeing an incredible delay. on performance. So I'm going to close down as many things as I can see. I'm sorry about this, everyone, but it has to
Got to
happen.
free up some resources.
I've got to get some resources back. Some optimization might be needed next time. Okay. I can't think of how, but anyway.
Yeah, look, I think it could be something else. Resources don't look too bad. They're getting the beating, but they're not, you know. But how's the brush going now?
Well, I just drew 3 lines and nothing happened.
And nothing's happened.
Okay. Ah, that's a little bit better.
It's catching up.
I don't know if you can see the delay.
I think I can. It can be very frustrating drawing like that.
Well, it also affects your judgment as well, because you're thinking about that rather than what you're doing. Not part of the plan, really isn't. Come on now. Right.
Wow, it's that much of a delay, is it?
All right, so just going to pretty up the edges here so we've got a bit of a frame, and we'll move on. We can see that there's a chicken here.
Mm-hmm.
And a parrot. That's meant to be one of those, they call them grandfather feeders, but maybe I'll just make it something else, a little thing that's sitting on big, pretty big parrot.
One of them's bigger than the other. Okay, that's the chicken, yeah?
That's the chicken.
Okay.
And that's the parrot they got. Okay.
Well, because of that hairstyle, it looks a bit more hennish, doesn't it?
Right.
The parrot's a bit more round-headed.
Yes, I'm just
with a curvy beak, but it's hard to get there because they're small at this stage. You've got to, yeah.
I've actually got problems. I've got problems. This is definite problems.
Oh goodness, look at that. Well, the chicken tail's definitely great. That's coming through.
I'm trying to draw and it's not coming. It's not happening.
That's right. They're in the distance. We haven't got a close up on them yet.
Look what just happened.
Oh!
See, this is
the parrot's tail just exploded.
Yeah. We've never exceeded problems like this before. It's always been other stuff.
There's always new problems with the software, isn't it? But we'll keep fighting it. We'll fight it. Whoop. Giving him a haircut.
I can't believe how hard it is just to draw anything right now.
It is difficult.
Yeah. There we go. It's. Last week it was fine. This is a big parrot. It's going to be one of those black cockatoos that go.
Yeah.
Do you see those ones much around your way?
Yeah, we've definitely got a lot of them around here. They come and go. Sort of like towards the end of winter, they're gone.
Right. I love the black cockatoos. They're the coolest. All right, so here we go. We've got to think of something that's happening in the story. That's the main thing. We've got to.
Yeah, well, if it's joyous, these two are definitely enjoying themselves in this first act, so to speak. Mm-hmm. And I think so we've got how many frames do we really need to show something like that? Well, this is an establisher, so we don't really see much except for it looks at this stage it still looks like a farm. There's no real post-apocalyptic kind of feel to it.
Yes.
Unless we do something in the background, perhaps, or have people hanging off trees, dead bodies hanging off trees, maybe.
Yeah, right. What kind of apocalypse is this? Is there something that we can
aren't
just
they all kind
decide?
of the same? I guess I don't know. There's just
Are they all the
levels
same?
of it. We can have zombie apocalypse. We can
What
have.
did you just say, D-Man? Are they all the same?
Well, it's the end of the world. Something's caused it, and people are trying. Well, people and animals, I guess, in this case, are trying to survive it, or maybe even restore it back to normal.
I guess
rebuild.
we haven't really indicated that it is the end of the world in any way. We've been totally distracted by the performance of this machine.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
well,
maybe I should have a farmhouse completely destroyed in the background.
yeah.
Where the big people live. Where the people live.
Where the where the people who caused all of this live. Parrot a chicken just made it through.
Let's just do a trope in the background here somewhere that indicates some kind of apocalypse. I mean, what about an upturned boat or a plane? That's what we normally do, isn't it? Just stick a plane in the ground.
Oh, we did. We did
we did that another time.
That was on
an
alien planet before, was? I know. No. The plane was on the original robot apocalypse that we had.
The very first zombie one, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That isn't up anywhere. Might have to dig some of these very first tries out and put them back. Are we going to have the same story every week? It's just different.
Well, that's what those beats are for. They'll certainly steer them away from being similar as long as we just blast on the fly.
Yeah. I guess that is what happens in most movies and TV shows. We
have an upturned Jeep or something, or a car. Maybe a whole bunch of dead chickens and...
How about a body on the roof?
A body on the roof, a body hanging from that tree. Maybe a body hanging from the tree, as in hung by the throat.
Impaled on the branches.
Impaled on the branches, there we go. A human impaled on the branches. It's a very joyous moment. It would be joyous in the case that,
they're free.
The cockatoo and the chicken are certainly don't have to worry about it anymore. Worry about the humies anymore.
Is that what they call them?
I guess so. Humies. The humans.
Yeah, that's looking more. That's more looking at these. It looks like it's a plane.
It's pretty
crash.
much skewered.
Plane crash. We know that there's a plane crash. That doesn't really tell us that there's an actual apocalypse yet. I could put a skull in the very foreground or something. Not a very good layout, is it? We've got to march forward.
We're doing okay for the time there, so if you slot things in.
It's always the start that is the slow part.
A bit of shading.
I'm going to just do a skull here.
Nice. Very good. Right in the foreground.
Yeah, and I guess it's much more of an apocalypse if there's something growing out of it, like a flower. That's happy, that's joy. If I could get my brush to do anything that I want it to do.
Oh no, really? The delay's really making... Yeah, it certainly does make a difference, doesn't it?
It's not just a difference because I'm pressing it and I think nothing's happened. And then I press harder and then a couple of seconds, a great big blob flies.
Blob happens, yeah.
And
there's certainly some latency issues going on there with the pen tonight.
it's not. Yes, it's the pen, but it's the program.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't. It's just nothing I've ever seen before. At any time ever, in years and years of using these. For some reason, you go live.
It's genuinely a good piece of software and it's good tools, but yeah,
It's not the
sometimes you just
software.
gotta.
So this is one of the fastest softwares you can get. Forget Photoshop, that thing lags, and if you're going to do anything like that, forget about Photoshop. It sucks. It's not got anything to do with the app. It's the stream. In fact, they updated it the other day, and they did
OBS.
another big update, and so much so that I had to reinstall all my graphics drivers
Wow.
from scratch and actually remove the old ones. I completely wiped them, and that was at OBS's insistence. And it all seems a bit bloody experimental at the moment, I've got to say. And I don't really appreciate having to experiment a guinea pig while look at that. Okay.
That looks like a fossil now. Let's just turn it into a fossil.
Some of these lines are actually happening not where I'm drawing them. So
Yeah.
Like,
and there's that.
Okay, so chicken. All right, so we got to think about the story.
Yeah, we're still dealing with Joy, so these two are going to be happy now that we're moving in on them.
So I'm figuring it's a girl chicken.
Yep.
Because that's what they are. They've got these kind of beady eyes, don't they, chickens? And they've got these
smaller beaks as well.
I should have pulled up some reference of a chicken.
Of course.
You can do that from
I
your
can do
remote, from another city, all the way over the other side of the. I should know what a chicken looks like.
What a shame that when you type chicken into Google, you get nothing but the actual food. So that's what we've done.
It's funny what the world thinks the Google thinks the world is.
All right. How are we looking here? Okay, let's see if I can get this up.
It's the beak shape that I'm not getting right here. Maybe I should have done this from a more cartoony and less serious point of view today because of the problems I'm having with the pen. Maybe should be drawing it more like, this.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think maybe this is my approach for today is going to have to be a bit more like.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. Hey,
it's going to make this a really short episode and just go like this on it, right? Because I drew that eye quite a while ago. Oh,
well, there's your reference anyway.
You got me some reference. Oh, cool. Let's see.
I think so.
If I press
it looks like it's there. And I've hopefully dropped it in the right spot.
Yep, no worries.
Well, the beak's kind of unusual, isn't it? It's got that very wonderful kind of curvy, half overly type hook, bit of a moon crescent kind of hook on the beak.
Yes, they're very
whereas
pointy.
a parrot,
yes,
on the other hand,
they've got more of a
is a bit
hawk-like
more
beak.
round and lobby. Let me have a look at it. All right, let's just get some. Yeah, the parrots are obviously a lot more. Okay.
They're very loving looking hair here. I'm gonna have to be very, very careful with how I'm doing this. So this is how I'm gonna do it today. It's not gonna be the same type of drawing as you normally do. It's gonna be silly and
Wonder if that'll happen automatically now that I've changed that picture.
Oh, I'll
Or do you have to trigger it still? Okay.
Let's have a look. And it's still a chicken.
Still a chicken, okay. Well, it's changed.
I'll leave it off for a little while and come back to it. And
we'll get there. We'll get all that right. Yeah, I think the tuning method's pretty awesome here. Probably a good idea.
The only way we're going to get through today is because I have to do one line and wait. And then wait to see if it actually works. There we go.
Hang on, let me just double check if that's what parrots... Yeah, they sort of... Well, depends on the parrot. There's so many different types, but I guess we're just going to go for the basic.
There we go. Oh, that's a macaw.
It's a macaw, is it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a parrot.
Okay.
They're like...
They're pretty similar, aren't they? I mean, the beak's kind of... Macaws, I think a macaw's beak's a lot more hooky. But that could just be a type.
Depends if it's the real macaw.
Yeah, there you go. So does it need that fluffy little mohawk?
This is not a macaw. It's a sulfur-crested cockatoo.
Okay. Oh, hang on. I found another one.
I already had drawn that one. That's a parrot. Cockatoo's a parrot.
All right.
So what's happening here? We need some kind of threat. We need something to happen here in this story. What can we roll for? Can we do something?
Do you want to roll now? Or do you want to complete the joy journey? Or we've reached joy. We've reached joy. Yeah. Okay. All right. Look, I guess we can mix it up because within each act, you can still mix up an actual theme into it. So I guess we don't
have to play by specific rules. We're trying to make the
story. Sure.
So,
well, we reached joy, so it's quite simple, isn't it? We got the post-apocalypse. We've got the parrot and the chicken, and now we've got joy in that photo.
I know.
Well, something's going on.
Okay, so we've got the joy, but it's still an apocalypse.
Frame, I should say, not photo. Sorry.
Have we decided what type of apocalypse it is? Shall we make it a zombie apocalypse just because? Because I'm trying to thinking what is a threat for these guys to make something interesting, because something's got to happen now.
Look, guess because zombies are always going to be there. We can't stop them. We
could think of something else.
We can't stop
it. Could
any
be
medium.
I know. We could be a Mad Max type, and Okay, so here we go.
Okay.
I was lucky we did do. You know what? When we rolled the monkey story before, I had that little monkey sitting in the kids in the trolley.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was what was going to happen. He was going to be one of those kids. He was going to be
I think. One last frame. You're right. Yeah, I was going to suggest two more, but I think we could.
Well,
we've got to nail it very soon for this first page, actually.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another thing with a crest here, and it's going to be, it's going to be a Mad Max style.
Okay. Is it Wes? It's Wes, isn't it, from Mad Max? Right.
Okay. You know my Wes story, don't you?
I don't. I think. Did you tell me your Wes story? Maybe you should tell everybody your Wes story.
I found Wes's costume in a crate. For real.
Really?
Yeah. And I put it on. I thought it was Mad Max's costume. I found a crate, and it was in a place which you'd expect to find. It was underneath the building, and I found a crate with Mad Max costumes in it. For real, this is totally true. And I opened it up. I thought, this is Mad Max costume, and I went, if I don't put this on, then I'm an idiot. So I put on the Mad Max costume, and then realized it had no ass cheeks.
That's Wes's.
Yeah. And
oh my God!
I was wearing,
can't believe it. Where on earth did you find this treasure?
Well, there's only one place it could have been, isn't it?
Well, yeah, that's true.
So
There's always stuff being thrown out at the studios.
no, it wasn't thrown out. It wasn't being thrown out. It was just there. It was just there, and it was at a special time when I was kind of privileged to be there, and it was all full respect and everything, so it's all good. But it was it's he's got sword. It's
So did it fit you? Is the question.
well, I mean, it was baggy, I guess. I mean, Wes, I think, was a bit taller than me, but they went on. Luckily, I wore them over my pants. Like I didn't put, my.
Yeah. No, you didn't walk around with no. You didn't put on Wes's sweaty leather slacks on after all them friggin' stunts.
No, yeah.
Well, he did do a few.
It's funny though. In Australia, it's a big place, but it's not so big that you don't. These coincidences don't happen. Like the amount of people that I've met who worked on those movies in a significant way. Even not a couple of years ago, the guy who flipped in that very first Mad Max 2
the most classic
the what?
the most classic stunt of all time.
Yeah,
Unforgettable.
yeah. What was that? Mad Max 2 or Mad Max 1?
2.
2.
It was 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He introduced himself to me because I was riding the same one of the motorbikes. No, must have been number 1.
I think 2 was the huge stack where he flips, like he hits his feet.
Yeah, right.
God, we should know this off by bloody heart, shouldn't we? I've seen the movie so many times, but I've seen them all so many times back to back. I never watch one of them on their own ever. It's always, okay, let's get the trilogy going, and now let's get the 4th one in there as well. And it's like, that's how I watch those. I never watch them one-offs in any particular. Yeah, I got to watch, as soon as if I get in a Mad Max mood, they've all got to be done together back to back, and it's got to be loud, and it's the only way I think I ever want to keep watching those. But yeah, that if you're talking about that stunt,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure that it happened in the second one. But there's so many.
The reason why he was introduced himself to me is because I was riding the motorbike that was from those movies. The first one. And
I think it was 2.
He said, "Oh, look what you've got! I know something about these. I'm that guy."
It was absolutely number 2, and it was unbelievable, that stunt. I think
he must have just been in all of the. He must be this. In all of those, the first 3 movies and stuff.
No, he was in trouble when he did that.
Mm-hmm.
It was incredible. I think his name's Guy Norris. Looking it up now.
No, that's not Guy Norris. Not the one who actually crashed. Don't think so.
I mean,
I've met Guy Norris on another time. A couple of times.
Well, he worked on Fury Road as well as a coordinator, but that's one hell of a stunt. That is him. But let us know in the comments if we've just lost our minds tonight, because we sort of have in a way. We should know these things. These are our...
Well, especially since the dude introduced me to it. But I do know... I don't think... Guy Norris... I've met Guy Norris on another occasion, and it's a different guy.
Right.
This is one of those. And he's got his assless chaps. There's Glenn Sutter is another one of those guys. And whatever. So I'm thinking about this.
Is this going to be him, or are we going to stick with Vernon Wells Wes to be this guy? It looks like Vernon Wells now, so yeah, it's Wes.
It's just
Wes shows up. What's he going to do to these poor birds?
He's going to get himself a chicken dinner.
Well, it's meant to be joyous occasion. I guess it's joyous for him.
It was already.
As well.
We've had the joy. Yeah, joy, double joy, chicken dinner.
Double joy, joyous for him.
Actually, let's close this.
Everyone's joyful at the moment. It's just coincidence is about to make that change.
What I'll do is.
Oh yeah, there we go. Another frame.
Yeah, and I'll quickly just put this in here, and you can see the birds. See, now I've switched format, and it's not any longer the cartoony one. I can't really do this cartoony thing, can I? It's just not part of the formula. I'll just put some that messiness in there, and we'll have to deal with that. Okay, so there's this.
Looks like. Hang on, I'll get him up. I'll get you a reference.
People might. Yes. Okay.
That's a great shot here of Wes. Marvelous shot.
I'm going to have him licking the lips.
Okay, there's Wes. It'll take about a minute or 20 seconds, which is strange. It should be much faster than that, but...
So here he is looking supremely happy. This find. Just have to remember what he looks like. He's got this. I also met the Night Rider one time. He bought me a beer. And
David Hasselhoff, or
no.
Oh, you mean
Rider,
yeah.
His name is
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
got a name. It's two people
Mad
have
Max
the same.
1. Yeah.
Two people have the same name. He's a great guy.
Yeah. The fuel injected suicide machine. We'll never forget him.
Injection is forget the guy's name.
We will never forget him.
Forget the guy's name. He was a great guy. He bought me a beer, but he told me an interesting fact. The Knight Rider, the fuel-injected suicide machine, he's a stopper, he's a go, writing a rubber road to freedom. I think that's...
Yeah.
Is that riding? Anyway, he's never driven a car. He can't drive.
Can you see me, toe cutter? Can you see me, mate?
That's right. Yeah,
I'm the Knight Rider. Here we go. I'm the fuel-injected suicide machine. I am the rocker. I am the roller. I am the out-of-controller. I'm the Knight Rider, baby. Step right up, chum, and watch the kid lay down the rubber road. Ride to freedom.
Ride to freedom.
God, I love that scene. That's just demented.
Yeah, what's his name? He's got the same name as there's
I've got I'll put up a little reference for you.
Country and Western artist has got the same name as the Knight Rider.
He's definitely hungry for chicken and parrot.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay, he's got a little
Gonna remember his little
goatee thing.
Crossbow. His little crossbow bolt hand thing. That he's got.
I've just given him a regular crossbow in there.
So you got him a regular. Yeah, he can have any weapon he wants, I guess.
Because technically, is he really Wes or just some stereotypical?
Well, yeah. Now that you've got him with the cheeks chaps, then maybe he is Wes after all.
Yep. True. Chicken dinner. I just had a chicken dinner. Full of coincidences. All right,
Yeah,
so
so
that's...
did I a bit early. Well, my one was a curry one, but...
All right, so that's our first page.
That's it.
Interesting.
Okay,
We've got a
good.
parrot and a chicken, and we've got Wes.
Okay, and everyone's in joy mode on that page. Do you agree?
Yeah.
I think so. We're ready for page 2 we're ready for the middle now. So let's get that dice happening for
Okay. Yes. Let's roll it.
the story. It's a
Story
13-sided die.
13. You want 13?
Yeah.
Whoa.
What's happened there?
What is that?
It's a 4. Well, no, that's a 4 and a something.
That doesn't
What
look
is
like
that
a
die?
13-sided die, does it?
No, that does not. No.
Let's go for 12, just so I don't have to remake this.
Well, then we'll miss out on lust because that could have been hilarious. We got travel. Ooh.
Travel.
Okay, that's done something completely out of whack now, which is fine. That's the test. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
They've got to be on the move.
Yeah. Well, clearly, it's quite clear what has to happen here. Then, isn't it?
Okay.
You know, he's
Let's get the screen up.
of course. Thank you. I mean, I'll have a little think about it. But, basically, it's going to be something like. Back of the motorbike.
Okay. So you want a reference for that motorbike? You'd know what the motorbike is, didn't you?
Well, I can't remember what Wes is because that's Mad Max 2.
Yeah, okay.
So they just had random.
They did. They had like
random put together like rat bikes.
They're modified, definitely.
So he's going to have made some kind of ratty cage up with bits of twigs, and I think he's going to take the chickens home to. Otherwise, if he just shoots them, right?
Well, we got some pretty cool ones here. I'll pull up this one.
Yeah, I know. Get rid of it. Just do a long. Let's make this a nice long shot here. In the first movie, I mean, people will be mad if I don't say it because they're such fans. They were Z1000s largely and Z900s. The Goose had a Z1000.
Was it a Z1000?
Yeah,
Oh,
and
it's the one that he stacks pretty hard as well.
Yep, and everyone else had one Z1000s, Z900s, and there was a few Z650s, which I have one. I had a bit of a funny mix-up with registration yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the weirdest thing, I got a check from the government for registration of $700. What is this? This isn't good. You never want money.
Sound good.
You never want money from the government. It's just like that's
a bit odd. What's happened there?
That's bad. I did sell my other Z Kawasaki, just like that are in these next movies, a couple of weeks ago. Right, so why were they sending me a check?
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Why?
I raced down there, and found out this isn't a Z, by the way.
I've got a reference for you, by the way.
Oh, do you? This is going to be kind of some dirt bikey looking thing.
So yeah, they
went down there.
Found out.
Turned out, what is that? Oh, did it go away? Come back.
It went away. Didn't actually fit in the frame.
Yeah, it's fine. It's
close. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So turns out that I'd sold him the wrong bike. Accidentally, he'd gone away with the bike I wanted to sell him, and I kept the one that I wanted to sell, but the paperwork was all wrong.
Wow.
And And
They're in a cage. I like that.
yeah, so it was a little
Mm.
bit of a nightmare. I had to sign a stat deck to say that it was all up the creek, and
Yeah, that sounds like a bit of a mess up.
and it all came good. And they
Okay, that's good.
in fact, I was like, oh god, and they were going. It took them so long to work out what was going on, and I'd worked it out, but they were like trying. It's like a game of catch up, and then and when they did, I was like, but the checks aren't the same amount. They're different amounts, and you've given me more. And they're like, just forget about it. Just forget about it. This is hard enough as it is without
Hmm.
quibbling over, whatever the amounts of money were. So that was it was much easier to sort out than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, wow.
In fact, I think it was because it was so hard. They just went, just make this go away. You know.
Well, speaking of crazy things, I just thought of something.
Yeah.
Seeing as though we've gone into this territory, we've even gone as far as bringing Wes into this.
Yeah.
He might be getting chased right now.
Oh. Oh.
If we're
Yeah.
going to go there,
Yeah.
we
I
may as well
like it.
go there.
Yeah. I like it. I like it. So we actually have to find a story beat as well.
Yeah, well, if we're working on the beat of travel at the moment.
Oh, we are. That's travel. Okay. So.
Yeah. So, I mean, everything's in the post-apocalypse. That's the first thing you have to do, and it's probably the thing you'll be doing most of the time, because you don't want to stay in one place all the time, because the resources will be gone very quickly. And Wes has found his dinner.
Yeah, and he's going to take it back to his.
He's going to take it back, but he's been spotted.
Yeah, and he's getting chased, I think, by some other.
Well, I think we've got a whole cohort of. Yeah, I think we can go exactly where we all want to go right now with this one.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I'm just going to do a quick one of the chicken and the chicken. And, oh, hang on. It's just the chicken. Maybe the parrot took off because they can. You know what I mean? And we just have the chicken in the cage, right? And I could have actually, in retrospect, it would be nice to change the beginning so that the parrot flies away.
The parrot had flown away and left the chicken to its demise.
Or, we just have to assume what happened, right? Is that
we can make it a mystery for now.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll probably find a way to hook it back in.
If this becomes one of those episodes,
so the chicken's the only one that's in the cage.
Yeah, if it ever becomes one of those episodes where we go, actually, that was a good one. Let's ink it up, properly. We could do a further page where the actual kidnapping or chooknapping takes place.
The chooknapping, yeah. So in that top frame, it's still quite tricky, and it might be two of them in there, but you can't really see unless you.
Yeah, you can't really.
We're just guessing it, but a bit of a dab there somewhere to minimise it a bit. Yeah, that'll do. That's just a big blob, but anyway. Yep. That's good. Not too much. There we go.
So just getting through this because drawing skills aren't meaning much in the light of this technical nightmare.
Yeah, the delay's there still, but
it's shocking, and it keeps saving a lot for some reason. So normally I don't see the automatic save come up much. For some reason is. It probably means that the program has noticed that the system not working great, and that it's compensating by covering its proverbial. Okay, so that's a chicken in the cage.
Yeah, nice.
Maybe I could on this one. Actually, it would be nice. Parrot up here.
Okay. The parrot's pretty quick.
The parrot
It's
can
a super
easily
parrot.
keep up. Parrots can keep up with any freaking motorbike. They are
This
the
one definitely can.
they are the well. It's a cockatoo. They're not quite
Give
as
it a
fast.
real fast. Give it some a flight kind of trail, like a little trail for speed, a speed trail behind it. Yeah. There we go.
It's like Bruce Spence.
Hmm.
Yeah, the
A legend.
the gyro parrot.
Yeah.
I
So the
can't.
parrot's
I've got
called
no
Bruce.
control over this pen. Sorry. Look.
Well,
See what's
it's
happening.
Bruce the parrot.
I can't. I'm gonna have to just random and try and just pretend that I'm drawing because it's like drawing with boxing gloves on. I gotta tell you.
Yeah. It's all right. It's all rough. Remember, it's always rough. Everything can be touched up later.
See, I've just drawn a frame and nothing's happened. Yeah, it's like wiping your bum with boxing gloves on.
Yeah, that's not good.
Uh,
I don't like doing that personally.
You don't? No.
No. Not with boxing gloves, anyway.
All right, so
So here comes the cavalry to the chase. Thinking about this angle,
mm-hmm.
we've zoomed in on the parrot. We're still on the right side. We've got.
I'm
I think
thinking
we've got
something
right
like
of way to have like a front. Yeah.
if you go like this on the bike and then up
Yep.
on that.
And then in the back. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. Exactly.
yeah. Maybe
Cool.
maybe it's the full
It's
cohort.
the cohort coming after the chickens. Oh no.
Some you got some sacrificial kind of person up on
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
up
Yeah.
onto the top there as they
Someone's being
yeah,
crucified for whatever ungodly reasons.
yeah, some kind of bank. All right. Okay, here we go. Oh, that didn't work so badly. And almost almost working. And then this is come on. That's the that. Ah!
Hey, you're doing all right. You're doing all right, Yog, considering all the technicals. At least we're getting it down. That's all that matters.
Yep. Okay.
It's got the cage.
Oh dear. It's the pressure thing. That's the thing that's happening the weirdest. That it's the delay is affecting.
Hmm.
Oh, well,
Oh,
hang on. I
that's
didn't even
that's a
draw that line, so there you go. So there's something very, very strange going on. It'll be time
okay.
for a new computer.
Oh, there's another blotch.
Really, we want to see the other people now, don't we? Can we have one more frame where we see,
Yeah.
the who's it going to be?
Move that in and probably give it a bit more.
Shrink
We have
this.
room.
Yeah, we will. We'll make some room. Shrink this up a bit.
Nice. Very good.
I must say, though, it's pretty cool how this OBS works. That all the saving messages and all that kind of stuff that normally you wouldn't want anyone to see. But I'm just letting you know they're all coming up, like apply transform and all that kind of stuff. They're all coming up, but you guys can't see them, which is kind of cool.
That is a cool thing.
Doesn't look like much of a picture, but we got a story.
Yeah, that's looking good to me. I like it. So that last little frame, what could we show there? Just the close-ups of
these are the
mob.
the villains. Yes, the mob.
Some references, perhaps. I mean, there's so many.
Shall we throw something for the character of
whoever
we pull up here? Just for
they're going to have to obviously be in the apocalypse anyway, so it's going to be an apocalypse motif for whatever we roll.
Yeah.
So let's get a character table.
Let's just hope it's not complete nonsense. Okay. All right.
Let's have a look.
So what do we got? We're going to have anything.
D20.
Let's really hope. Oh, where's my mouse? Here.
Let's grab that 20-sided die.
Okay, so we got ninjas and singers and bus drivers and robots and aliens and monkeys and maids. Let's hope it's not the maid.
No, they will all work.
They will all work. They will work. 2.
Maid. Yeah.
I should not speak because I said
let's
hope it's not this and it comes up. Okay.
Well, she could be riding maybe on a platform type ute.
Yeah, it's gonna. Well, she's gonna be the villain. We've had all these different villains. So up on the. I know. So here's our sacrificial person on the side here, right? And then instead of Wes, the Wes counterpart, let's say, is the maid. She's going to be a badass warrior woman. And she's got some kind of sniper, I guess.
Okay.
But she should really be in this frame as well.
So to get away with the whole maid thing, I guess we just have to dress her like one. And that's it. That'll take care of the maid.
Oh, well, a maid just means maiden, doesn't it? I mean...
yeah.
We can be pretty...
Otherwise, it's just
loose with
some psycho chick on the back of a ute. But let's see.
Yeah, it's Tina Turner. No.
Well, it's the maid's just been heavily stereotyped these days. They're always wearing black frilly kind of service type dresses.
Okay, that's
the bibs, the big long bibs, and
that's her shtick, right? That's her shtick.
That's her shtick. All right.
So she's made it ironic,
Yeah, exactly. Okay, perfect.
I kind of need reference of this, but I think it would be very, very funny.
You're absolutely sure you want the reference to this? I'll give it to you right now.
What you pull up, and without breaking the internet.
Okay, here comes the reference.
Without breaking the internet, be very, very careful.
I found the reference.
Have you turned on all your filters?
I've turned. The references are coming in 1 minute, 1 second.
Now, what would she have? Has she got
I
a
don't even know if
sniper?
this is going to... I think it's probably too high res, but anyway.
Sniper. How do you hold a sniper? Here we go. I'm going to have to go sniper because then we can get in close with the... Not, we don't know what's... Making up stories as you go along is not a great idea.
That's all right. It's not, but...
Who thought of that? Who thought of that?
Well, I think it's an unusual way of doing this, obviously, but I guess it makes it more fun because in the end, you can flesh it all out. You can fill in the gaps. If you could pull off a full beginning, middle, and end in a short amount of time, then you can definitely add to it later when you have time. It's the whole point of this exercise anyway.
Yes. I wonder what Charlie Kaufman would think of what we're doing here. We'd be disgraced.
He'd love it.
No, he'd hate us.
Oh, he'd love it. He'd love it. He'd be like, wow, this is cool. And when you're ready to look at your reference, if you're having problems there with the maid, the maid's starting to look like a SEAL Team 6 member, by the way, so we got to take it easy here. It's probably not going to load up, is it? There we go.
Oh, God. Is that you?
I don't think it's me at all, to be honest.
I can't see. It's too far away.
You won't find me doing that anywhere anytime soon. But we are in the post-apocalypse. Everything goes.
That's wonderful. And I'm apologizing to everybody for that. Okay, so anyway, so here's... It's right. It's a sort of white bib. See, I had it all...
It's a bib. It's always a bib thing
look at
going.
this silly little bow tie here.
And I don't know what that is that the maid's holding, but I'm going to assume it's some kind of weapon in this situation. We're swapping whatever that is for a sniper rifle. That's fair enough.
Okay. So, the maid. And they normally have this little cappy thing, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that the best?
A weird little...
That's an ironic maid there. And she's definitely ironic. Hang on.
All right. Well, I think it's getting there. We've got travel taken care of, that's for sure, for this middle part of the story. Everyone's Oscar Mike, and they're at full speed. And we've got a maid with a sniper rifle.
And they have a little hatty thing here.
I've
got no control over my pen. Just whatever. I'm pressing it, and I don't know.
You can do it, man. One more page to go.
The lines I'm drawing and not the what is happening. Oh, God.
Just slow down. No.
What is that picture I just drew? It's just random shapes. Random shapes. I have no control.
Yeah, so I gather when in doubt, you just minimize on the touch-ups, right?
Having problems.
Or when in technical doubt, just do whatever it takes. Well, there you go. You got that. Oh, there's the blotch again.
Yeah.
The ever dreadful blotch.
Okay, that's that page.
That's fine. I think we've got the point.
Yep.
Travel taken care of on this page.
We're going to roll for a new page now.
Going to roll for the final act.
And we are on story. Misery, peace, death, birth, theft.
Okay, D13. This is a very odd die. We had a 13 last time, didn't we? Yeah, we had like a combo die.
Yeah, we didn't. It was the wrong couple of things. So I'll go for 14, and if it's not a 14, right? Oh, that's a weird one.
That's like a spinny toppy. Is that a 14? Is it?
Oh,
Oh, we just did travel, so we won't do that again. We need to re-roll.
okay. It really wants to give us it.
It doesn't want to land in the middle, does it?
12.
There we go. 12.
What's
Betrayal.
that? Ah, betrayal.
All right. Okay. The
Well,
parrot betrays the chicken and
oh,
leaves it for dead.
yeah, that's exactly what can. That's the only thing that can happen.
I can't think of anything else. Not off the fly, anyway. Like that. I mean, but I guess we could start with that.
Hmm. That's quite a
Someone's
problem.
or the betrayal of trust. The betrayal of. I guess Wes is cut out for it now. I mean, he's actually not. He's no longer going to assist in this situation.
This is really a tricky one. So,
Oh,
about
that's sick.
So, betrayal.
Betrayal. We've got a parrot in the air. We've got a parrot. We've got a chicken in a cage. We've got a scavenger psycho on a motorbike that's kidnapped it, and we've got a whole legion of bad other post-apocalyptic dudes and gals coming after him.
Yeah. Oh dear.
And betrayal has to fit. Well, all I can think of really is this parrot. This parrot's got a free run here. It's flying at full speed, trying to figure out what's going on. Should it save the chicken?
Well,
should it not?
Let's just play out what we need to happen to make the story kind of at all follow in any way at all, and we'll see where this betrayal might happen along the way. So
all right.
Clearly,
I guess if we start with a frame now and do something.
Well, I'm thinking the parrot first of all buzzes. It's got to buzz somebody, either Wes or the
sniper
or the maid. So the maid's so we got to have a look at basically the parrot first. Now, the parrot is
thinking.
It's got to be looking at what's going on. Parrot's been quite smart, as we've already discussed. I saw a parrot, one of those black cockatoos, flying overhead, miles away, miles and miles away from the nearest pine tree, I gotta say, with a pine cone in its claws.
Awesome.
And I thought, how smart is that parrot? Clearly, it's either saving it for later, but I doubt it, because, I think they're smarter than that. He's not going to drop it on someone's head. He's going to drop that, or she is going to drop that exactly where it wants a new pine tree, because they live a long time, right? They live a long time, and it's probably planning on
got a reference for you as well.
Planting a Oh, you do of a flying parrot?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Thanks. This works out pretty good, doesn't it? Press that button. There's a delay on the whole computer. No!
That's not the reference I meant, so give it a few seconds. It takes a while to refresh this stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah. But it's funny, that delay is happening on the whole machine. It's not just the drawing, because I was pressing that button and pressing it and pressing it. So I've obviously got to work with the settings on how much work the GPU is doing and how much the CPU is doing. Maybe I'm putting.
I thought the GPU was fine. It was around 30%.
Maybe I'm putting too much on the GPU, because I've basically telling the hand off almost everything to the GPU.
Yeah.
So maybe I've told it too much.
That's possible. Could be anything. I mean, this is just the world of multitasking, multi-threading, multi-lunacy of tech. But it ain't going to stop us.
It's it's having a good go, I tell you what. So okay, so here's our parrot.
So
It's thinking about what it can do.
it's
And
looking concerned. That little nip that you've put on his eye
yeah, does the job.
does the job.
Okay, so um okay, here we go. I don't know if it's going to make for a great actual story. Um but I'll do the moments now. He looks
Uh-huh.
down and he sees
The problem.
the problem from up on high. Here's the proverbial bird's eye view with snipers.
Okay, you got to watch this angle. Yes. It would be from top right to bottom left, wouldn't it?
Depends on what side that he is on,
Mm-hmm.
of if he's on this side or that. But I'm just reading it so it continues to read from
Sure.
left to right. I think
Yep.
it's
I was only thinking of it from Parrot's POV.
I could always so you can always switch it around by putting the
Yes.
parrot wing up here, and then it's still on the far side of the truck, but we as the audience are still on the near side of the truck, and the motorbike's there.
Yeah, so the Parrot's lifted higher up into the air for a dive bomb. At least to survey and scout. At this point,
The maid. It's hard to draw when it's not as bad as it was. In difficulty.
next to the sacrificed chap that's next door.
Hang on. Very quiet today, isn't it? Okay.
Okay, we've got motorbike sounds, we've got parrot sounds. Ooh. And we've got blotchy pens.
Very, very weird things happening. Doing random pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Under pressure. Okay. Did you do some more reference?
I have a flying parrot for you, but I think you've nailed it, so it's all good.
Oh. What parrot is that? It's a weird looking parrot. Okay.
It's all over the place, that one. He's just in mid-flight.
Alright, so I guess I gotta give some kind of heroic, but maybe he just flies off. So what's going to happen here? Let's have a
instead of saving or doing anything, he flies off.
Yeah.
Well,
just this looks a bit hard, you know. Oh, hang on. Sorry. Before anything like that happens, we have to go back to the bird, back to the love interest.
Bird in the cage, looking up with hope. Yeah. So if it's with hope, then it'd be like the beak would be slightly open, wouldn't it? With a bit of a smile.
Oh,
Or maybe there's something with the eyes. Yeah, that's me. Oh, this chicken. Something's going to happen in the form of betrayal. We've got to keep that in mind now. Because we're getting close.
it'll be very, very sad. Okay.
The pen's being very sad.
I'm
That's
just
for
going to
sure.
wait till this thing's warning come up here. Okay. I know what's going to happen. Okay, so it is obvious that the betrayal is, but is that the end of the story? You know.
Well, if we keep betrayal as the final act, then we can always add to it.
Yes.
As long as we keep the overall betrayal element there, then let's add to it if we need to.
Because normally you have a bit of a surprise in a story, don't you?
Sure.
But maybe we can have the story ending differently this time, because Parrot here, how are we going to show it flying away?
To betray the chicken.
To betray the chicken.
Well, Wes could pick up the cage and just throw it at the sniper. That's Wes betraying the chicken.
Yeah.
But that's just going to take it in a whole new direction. It's his chicken. He wants it. There's no doubt about that. That was his joy. We can bounce off his joy instead of the chicken and the parrot's joy from the first page.
I just kind of have to finish. Well, add to this part of the story here, because otherwise, what's really going on? It's a bit of a wasted kind of opportunity. So, riding the chicken in the cage.
This would be the greatest sniper shot of the century.
From the top of a truck on a dirt.
At full speed in the desert with smoke coming up. I've seen it happen in some of the Battlefield games.
Yes, those things, flukes that you intend, can occur.
I've been sniped off a jet ski in that game.
Right.
It was the most humiliating death I've ever experienced in any game ever.
Wow. I once
hey, they're not going to hit me. They're not going to hit me. And there I am going over waves. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was number 4, Battlefield 4 or something.
Right.
And it happened.
Battlefield 2. Once I shot a jet with a tank.
Oh yeah. That's quite humorous when that happens. The tank shell.
Yeah, I had to lever it off a bridge and wait as it came in for close range to get me. It came straight at me and waited right, and it was basically a game of chicken.
Yeah.
And I would love to have heard what they said,
Yeah.
I would love to. Far out. I'm assuming.
A lot of fun.
Okay, that'll have to do. It's not a great drawing, but not what's important here today. And here we go. Here's the moment of betrayal.
Okay, the moment of betrayal. So we've got that sniper focusing on either
Yes,
Wes or the chicken.
we
You
can't
just don't
see.
know.
Yeah, we can't see.
Hmm.
So this is a hard thing to do. It's going to have to be a wide shot, isn't it? To be able to get this message across.
Mm.
Um,
Do we need
so
Do we need the sniper to be in this shot at all now? We've established the scope. That's kind of giving us a bit of
yeah,
a.
we don't need that. It's any way of getting
Yep.
the birds turned around. So
Uh huh.
basically, maybe if it's going this way, that's a start. I'll just draw and see what comes to our minds as this prompts. Oops, cannot draw today. Very difficult, T-Man.
I think you're doing just fine, mate, considering all the technical difficulties. Look, you even managed to have that parrot's beak open then.
Yeah. How about that?
Yeah, a big 180.
I think we're going to have to call this episode Technical Difficulties. Beep.
Yeah, something along those lines, perhaps. Look, it's been okay. Could have been much worse.
We've
As
almost made
usual,
it through.
we get by.
And I think this. Oh, come on. Come on.
Here we go.
You know, I'm just going to change my.
The big final frame.
I'm just going to press something here because it's not going to come up for you. Good.
Hmm.
In my performance.
I do see a cursor.
That's okay.
We see your lovely blue cursor.
I'm giving myself more performance and less undos.
Hmm.
I just can't handle it anymore. Maybe it's because my memory path is going to
Or the
change
way
into.
the multitasking is working.
That's good. And one more thing is.
We haven't really added that many new widgets or things, though, have we? For this to behave this way.
Yeah.
Something's definitely doing it.
And I'm just going to look on how the save thing. Stop it saving itself, which you can't see. It's happening all the time. Like it's got determined to save all the time. Okay, put this on to. Okay,
All right. Final frame.
great. Blue cursor jumping around. All right.
Final frame.
And here we go. This is the end.
Where we're going to have to nail the betrayal in absolute full now, right?
Absolutely.
We've seen the parrot do a full 180, but what's the betrayal now? That could be the betrayal. The one before it could lead to it. What could it be in the end? Is that a, what's Wes doing there? He's happy. Is he eating a chicken drumstick? He's eating a chicken drumstick. And so's the maid. They're just eating the chicken drumsticks. Okay. Fair enough. So the parrot is the betrayer. Well, what could it do? It's a parrot up against a legion of,
We thought it was
you
going
know,
to rescue.
how
It
on
was going to
earth is a
rescue.
parrot supposed to rescue a chicken in a cage from a full army of post-apocalyptic scavenging psychos?
If it was
Just wasn't going to happen.
it was a real hero, he would have done it.
Well,
See, isn't
we
that
did
what
have to
we?
work
Isn't
off the
that what we?
trail, so
Isn't that what we expect of?
yeah.
You know, I mean,
Look, we did it. We did it. It came down to betrayal in the end, and that's what it was. And I think now it's just a case of filling in the blanks. Another idea down.
let's just put this nice in the foreground here.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. No one said it had to be a sad ending. It's happy. Depends on.
It's the full. But that's it. It's just the sniper, right? None of the others get any of the chicken. The maid and Wes get to share the chicken.
Maybe maybe the maid is in charge. And when she was looking through the sniper scope, he's going, there he is, and he's got me a chicken.
The ultimate betrayal would be if the parrot came back and took a bite as well.
Oh.
But parrots don't eat chicken, do they? Parrot's diet. Let's look up a parrot's diet. Hang on.
Carnivorous parrot. Well, you know what? A parrot is.
They're omnivores, so
yeah, they are very.
They can do both. They can do everything. They can eat everything. So you can, if you want, man, you could bring the parrot back for a feed as well.
A chicken and a hawk, and I'm not talking about a chicken hawk, are pretty much the same, very, very closely related to each other. Much more, a hawk and a parrot are closer than a chicken and a parrot.
Right.
If you believe in that kind of thing. Not trying to be controversial.
Well, this is good. Well done, Yog. Considering all the obstacles tonight, got through.
It's been.
We'll have a quick rundown from page 1, 2, and 3 again, like a little closing comments on it.
Whew. Okay, so here we go. Back to the start.
Mm-hmm.
We have a post-apocalyptic nightmare.
And we have a joyous occasion in the post-apocalyptic nightmare, and the joy is with a parrot and a chicken, and then Wes shows up. And he's happy too.
Wes rides off. He's got the chicken and a basket. Yeah,
we're dealing with travel.
He's got a chicken in a basket. He's got a chicken in a basket, and here comes in the background the army of
psychos.
Does that look like anything in the background there?
It does. I can see it. I mean, if anyone's seen Mad Max 4, that is exactly what that background is.
Okay. And on the roof is
the sniper. Yeah.
The maid. Yeah, she's
the maid sniper.
Yeah.
The maid.
We see on the next page.
So page 2 is taking care of travel, and page 3 is the focus on betrayal, which we've done with the parrot.
So the parrot's up there.
The parrot's the betrayer.
And
yeah,
he can see what's going on. The chicken looks more forlornly towards the parrot for the rescue as the sniper closes in. The parrot flies away, and the maid and Wes enjoy a chicken dinner. The end.
The parrot is a coward, essentially. It's a sad story, but
there we go.
That's what the dice have told us to do.
So it does make let's have a one more try. Let's have a yes. Post-apocalypse. Parrot chicken. Here comes Wes.
Yep.
Wes takes.
Oh, that's the third page.
Yes. Wes takes the chicken, followed by
Yep.
the parrot, and then Wes is followed by an army of
Somewhere in there,
post-apocalyptics.
the parrot didn't end up in the cage somehow.
Well, of course not.
That's okay.
It's hard
Again,
to
more
how you
blanks to
get.
fill.
It's a parrot. It's got wings. A chicken.
Sure.
You can run up and catch it.
We have to assume that Wes grabbed the
and-
chicken. Yeah, exactly.
And then finally, the parrots. We see the parrots. We assume he's going to rescue the chicken. The chicken looks more forlornly towards, and then the parrot flies away, and the chicken gets eaten. The end.
Betrayal. There we go.
All right.
Harsh life.
Yeah. What a beauty.
Excellent, Yog. Well done.
Okay. Thanks once again for watching PageBlast. We'll be back next week with a new and improved. The computer's going to be the same, but it's going to work better. I don't know how, but something's gone wildly wrong.
Work.
Okay. Thanks again, D-Man.
You're welcome, Yog. Catch you next week.
Okay. Ending stream.